I'm just sort of organizing my various windows.
Okay, are you flexing on us? With your various windows flexing on us?
Man, I understand why people have two monitors. This is too much.
Remember Akira? That's from Japan. Remember Galaga and Mrs. Pac-Man? Remember Highlander and Highlander 2? Remember Star Trek? We certainly do. Reading Player One.
Hello.
Hello.
And welcome to Reading Player One. Joining us today is Andrew Davis. I can say your real name, right?
Yes, you can. Hello.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello. I probably should. Sorry, this is... I'm Andrew Davis. I'm a friend of Loafers. I work with Loafers on the 12th Doctor fan audios, among other things. Which is a silly fan audio, Doctor Who fan audio. I do, I occasionally write other things, and that's a quick introduction to me.
Yes. How are you all?
I'm so chill right now. The last podcast, I do want to say, was a little rambunctious. We were a little bit hyper that episode, but this time I'm feeling pretty chilled out. So I don't know where this is going to go, but I feel like we're in for a good, relaxing time.
Okay, that's going to be easier for me to edit, because I had to cut 35 fucking minutes from the last episode.
Why did you have to cut 35 minutes?
Because you and Sam were being fucking edgelords.
I was not. Why are you blaming me?
I promise to be a good, wholesome boy. This podcast. It's
Okay.
Andrew's the good kid. We're the bad kids.
I was a pleasure to have in class. God. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Oh my god. We may as well dive into reading the fucking book, right?
Are you not going to introduce yourself?
People know who I am. We're on page 43. Out of, by the way, 382. So we're like maybe 10% through this podcast.
We're going fast, we're going hard, and we're going to get to the finish line.
Through this.
Yeah.
You need to be able to get a good 100 episodes out of this podcast. It's fine,
Yeah, we're genuinely... If we keep doing fucking bonus episodes, we're genuinely heading for about 80.
Listen. We're gonna build it up. We're gonna... Also, I'm sorry. I'm looking at Super Zoo Story on Twitter.
What?
It's a video game that's
Super Zoo Story?
That's copying the aesthetic of Stardew Valley. Like, very obviously. It's fucking nuts.
Okay. Oh, drama.
There's a lot of those. Why are you looking at that?
Because I'm on Twitter.
Get off Twitter and read the book!
I tell you to get off Twitter, but I don't think there's any point.
Oh, when we were talking about toaster strudel earlier, I did look up toaster strudel, and then got to how to make a chicken pot pie with Pillsbury dough. So
I'm gonna read the book.
Okay. My
avatar appears just inside the entrance. A door at the top of a carpeted staircase, like the house's pussy. Has named his chat room the basement. For those totally non-creepy vibes.
Enter the basement.
Loving those non-creepy vibes.
That's what I call my apartment.
Because we live in a basement, though.
Bookshelves lines the far wall, filled with role-playing game supplements and back issues of Dragon magazine. We're really in the fucking listing off shit zone. Was one of the highest ranked combatants in the Oasis in both the Deathmatch and Capture the Flag leagues. He was even more famous than Artemis.
With the 3, like hyphen from that Doctor Who episode.
Oh god. You mean the fucking cat girl?
Yeah, the cat girl, the furry. The furry from the Doctor Who episode.
Oh yeah, because... What's she called again?
Hyphen with a 3, like Artemis is spelled with a 3.
Yes, it's spelled with a...
Hey, Loafers.
Yeah?
Can you make your display name on Twitter the furry from that Doctor Who episode?
Hyphen.
Hyphen.
Too many... I feel like there are people who... I'm friends with too many people who would do that unironically, so I don't think I would get away with it. I saw a few dozen other cunters milling around, with avatars that varied wildly in appearance. There was Ugandan Knuckles, there was Big Chungus, there was Crash Bandicoot but low poly. They were humans, cyborgs, demons, dark elves, Vulcans, and vampires, and Hyphen from that episode of Doctor Who. Most of them were gathered around the row of old arcade games against the wall. A few others stood by the ancient stereo, currently blasting The Wild Boys by Duran Duran. Jessie, can you give me a little bit of Wild Boys by Duran Duran?
Wild boys, you make my heart sing.
I think that's Wild Thing.
That's the hit song by Duran Duran, Wild Boys.
Wild Boys, you make my heart
Wild
soy.
boys. The boys who were wild.
What you gonna do? Yes, Avatar was a tall, broad-shouldered Caucasian male with dark hair and brown eyes. I'd asked him once if he looked anything like his avatar in real life, and he's jokingly replied, yes, but in real life, I'm even more handsome. Does he have handsome voice, or does he have another voice? What voice does he have?
I think when I was voicing the last time,
yeah.
I went like, yes, but in real life, I'm even more handsome, or something like that.
Perfect. As I walked over, he glanced up from the Intellivision game he was playing. His distinctive Cheshire grin stretched from ear to ear.
Okay, instead of doing footnotes, can I do, like, gay alert?
Yeah?
Like, I say gay alert, and then you can play, like, boo, boo,
Beep,
boo,
beep.
boo, like sirens. 'Cause
Oh, like a siren? Okay.
I don't know about you guys, but I never thought of my platonic friend having a Cheshire grin.
Well, Jessie, what do you think a Cheshire grin is?
That's kind of sexy.
Just
It's
the
not!
Cheshire Cat. The Cheshire
Yeah.
Cat. Famous sex icon, the Cheshire Cat.
Like, my first thought there was, like, a Jeff the Killer situation where he's, like, reefed open both sides of his mouth.
Yeah, I don't think this one tracks,
Yeah,
honey.
and Jeff this killer was kind of sexy. So
Honey, no.
That kind of comparisons you're trying to make here. Like, I'm just saying, there's something to be... I feel like if I was listening to a Taylor Swift song, she would have a lyric about the guy having a Cheshire grin. Like, it is mysterious, it's a little sly, and it's a little sexy, considering this guy's apparently smoking hot. IRL.
I gotta admit, you're onto something. It's nothing good, but it's something.
It's not. It's the Taylor Swift. Is Taylor Swift attracted to the Cheshire Cat? More at 11.
A lot of things seem like mysterious when Taylor Swift says them, but she has a certain way of carrying these things off that Ernest Cline perhaps does not. On the other hand, this man is friends with another man, so there's no way it can be straight.
Taylor Swift could have written Ready Player One, but Ernest could not have written Reputation. That's all I gotta say.
Jesus Christ.
Ernest Cline truly is a woke bae for representing male friendships in a, representing an intimate male friendship, and I can't keep that.
No, I think you got something there.
You did have something.
Yeah.
Normalize male friendships.
Men can do anything they set their mind to, including having friendships.
Men can do almost nothing they set their minds to, but they can have friendships.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, you know what else? You know what else men need?
What?
According to I mean, I couldn't help it. I looked up Ernest Cline's nerd porn auteur.
Oh no!
While we've been talking, and oh no, it does. It talks about guys' needs. Apparently, yeah, Ernest Cline is a guy, and guys need porn. Fact.
Wow, Ernie, how progressive.
Radical developments in fucking psychology and gender theory. Wow. Sam, it is time for you to do your voice, going from Z.
Okay.
Can I get a chance to comment on if men need pornography in their lives?
Go for it.
Yes, I think you absolutely can.
Are you going to?
I'm getting a little nervous. Everyone has their attention on me.
Should I read another line of Ernest?
No, Andrew, no. Jessie started this.
No.
She can finish it.
No, I want to hear the quote. That's part of the conversation.
No, I found
Andrew.
this poem too. It's fucking bananas.
Okay, go for it. Sure.
It is. It's bananas. Like a preacher needs pain, like a needle needs a vein.
Oh,
Guys need
whoa, Jesus.
I'm gonna take to the streets.
The thing is, the poem is about is Ernest trying to argue that he's his particular taste in pornography is actually very progressive and woke. It's,
we don't want to know what that is, do we?
But I don't want to watch this misogynist he-man woman hater porn. It's.
He wants porn with guys like him in mind. Guys who know that the sexiest thing in the world is a woman who is smarter than you are. Women's rights. Women can do anything.
Wow, I can't believe Ernest Cline is Stephen Moffat.
My version of porn is a woman solving a jigsaw puzzle, because I can't do that.
Basic shapes.
Oh my god. He's very woke about how he jacks off. After he's done, he cries. And beforehand, he cries. And during, he cries.
Oh god. Am I still doing?
Yeah, let's go to
yeah. Although I think Jessie teed herself up to remark on this whole situation and then chickened out.
Oh, honey.
I just got a little bit shy at all the attention being put towards me. But okay, so you want to know my actual opinion on whether or not men need porn like a needle needs an arm. This is what you're asking me.
I don't know
think
if
anybody
your
asked you.
actual
I think
opinion.
you
I would like a
offered.
joke.
Yeah.
One at a time, please.
Jesus.
Are
you gonna?
Sorry, I
anyways,
overcommitted to derailing this podcast, didn't I? It's
Wow.
No, this is just how it is. You have no idea. This is just it.
Yeah.
This is what Loafers has to go through every week.
No, I get it.
This is how it be.
Yeah, it just sucks. This is our creative process. And it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's just a conversation. No, my actual opinion on if guys need porn the way a needle needs an arm is, yes, and I will not be taking questions.
Honey.
Amazing.
Well, that's honestly valid. I do believe that of you, because your taste in men, the fact that you are a lesbian is so good for you, because your taste in men is abominable.
Shut up.
Your taste in men is absolutely rancid. You look at
Can you give examples, Sam?
No, my wife looks at J.D. Heathers and unironically is like, isn't murder a little sexy? And it's like, no, it's not. Is it being obsessed with me to the point of toxicity, a little hot? No, Jessie, stop it. The other end of the spectrum is Hopper from Stranger Things.
Shut up, he's a DILF.
And then Lemony Snicket
fault.
from the new series of Unfortunate Events series.
A DILF.
Yeah.
I cannot change this.
I mean, Lemony Snicket never did anything wrong, except for that one thing that, he did that was bad, and I can't even remember.
No, that's Daniel.
Daniel
Handler,
Handler,
or whatever.
I forgot.
Yeah, when he said the really racist thing.
What?
That one wasn't.
Yeah.
But that's I hadn't heard about that one. That was another one. Yeah. I think it's
Yeah.
Oh, what did he say that was racist?
But he also plays an accordion. So
that definitely makes up for the makes up for the problematic shit. Yeah, playing an accordion.
Pure little
playing an accordion is the true way out of cancel culture. It's
learn to play the accordion.
I mean,
oh my god! No, you gotta play a saxophone. That's what Bill told us.
You're right. Yeah.
Oh fuck. Okay, bring it back in. Okay, we're back. We were just talking about not Dan Harmon, although he also did. Dan Handler, aka Lemony Snicket, doing some fucked up shit. We're not putting that in because we're keeping the energy up. We have to bring the energy back up.
Wait.
Oh, are we going into? Oh my God, we're heading
Wait,
into
Jessie,
the Ready
do you
Player
hear that?
One. What?
I think the dogs upstairs are fighting.
Wait, are they?
I think so. I just heard like a like very aggressive barking and like lots of thumping.
I'm sorry,
That was
guys.
me,
We're having
sorry.
drama in our house. Oh. Did you see another dog and just lost your shit?
Oh, hold on. Honey, can I tell the podcast what you started to do now that you're in lockdown again?
What?
Where sometimes if the dogs upstairs start barking,
Shut up!
my lovely wife will stand on our couch, look outside our window, and go, woof, woof, woof. Who's out there? What are you doing? What's going on out there? And my loving, my tender wife will pretend to be a dog, staring at strangers on the street and barking at them.
I got nothing else going on. And before anybody worries, yes, it is strictly sexual, so don't worry.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, I was about to ask.
Oh, Jesus.
I think it's been fully 10 minutes since we've read a single fucking word of the book.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'll go for
Oh my god. Okay.
Z, what is up, amigo?
Ich had started calling me Z shortly after I met him. He likes to give people single letter nicknames. Ich pronounced his own avatar's names just like the letter H. No, he did not. He pronounced it like Ich. Unfortunately, he had too many names because of his celebrity status, and he quickly ran out of cool letters. So, like, his newest friend is called, like, W.
Sorry, had they actually up to this point clarified that "ech" is actually meant to be pronounced H, or is this the first? Like, how many times?
I
This
think
is
this
the
is the
first
first
time.
time.
You've been using his name a lot up to this point, so like, I feel like this should have been
It's true.
clarified sooner from a writing perspective. You know,
Andrew, are you possibly insinuating that this is not a well-written book?
I might be driving towards that point. Yeah,
You might be teetering on the edge of that
yeah,
assumption.
I might be. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, I'm looking up. This is the first time they're saying "ich" is pronounced H.
Incredible. What's up, Humperdinck? I said.
Fuck.
I'm gonna start saying that to everybody I know.
What's up, Humperdinks? That's how I'm going to open the podcast next time. This was a game we played. I always called him by some random H name, like Harry, Hubert, Henry, or Hogan. Quick, what's a slur that starts with H?
Those are some good H names. Hogan.
Homosexual.
Hand job.
I was making guesses at his real first name, which he's once confided to me, began with the letter H.
Oh my
boy.
god, plot twist.
What a plot twist, yeah.
But, well, that's going to come back. We gotta lay our bets. What do we think his name is going to be?
I've never read this book or seen the movie, but I have spoiled myself a little, so I don't want to comment here.
Okay. Jessie.
I'm trying to remember what H names there are, and I'm going completely blank.
How about
I can go first if you like. I can.
You go, yeah, go. I need some time to
Okay,
think about it.
Horatio. I think Horatio seems like a good.
Horatio.
I
Is it the
think he's
Shakespearean
I think he's
Horatio?
going for a Shakespearean reference here.
No, I mean, like, do you think it's the actual character Horatio from Shakespeare?
No, I just think I think Ernie's trying to be literary here. I think he's slipping it in as a literary allusion to show how clever he is. Definitely in amongst all the.
Oh, what if his role in the narrative is similar to that of Horatio?
Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it is. I think it is. Yeah.
Oh my god. Parzival, your dad died? Let's find him. He's a ghost. Wow.
Oh no, your dad got game overed?
Wade reveals his trauma of his father being killed at the grocery store.
No.
No, your dad died in the grocery store? That's so sad.
My dad lost a Super Smash Bros. Melee tournament in 2005 to a Pikachu. A Pikachu! It completely blindsided everyone.
I know what his name is now. I thought about it. I have an answer to this question, what I think his name is.
What's your answer, honey?
Humperdinck. I think that would be such a great turn.
Honey?
Yeah,
I don't know how to break this to
they
you,
were hiding
but...
the correct guess in plain sight all the time, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn. A true mystery box. I've known Nick for a little over 3 years. We'd met one weekend in a public Hunter chat room and hit it off immediately because we shared all of the same interests. Which is to say, one interest. A total, all-consuming obsession with Halliday.
You gotta stop just belching on our podcast. You can't
I
do
cut
that
out most of them.
Loafers,
I cut out most of them.
Loafers is committing to the Rick and Morty bit here, just to keep in with the tone of the piece.
It's the one part of the Rick impression I can do. Just like being an absolute slob IRL. A few minutes into our first conversation, I just want to say, to be totally fair, in one of our early episodes, I had just eaten like a load of my weird cream egg layer cake, the messiest hot mess ever, and like as soon as we started recording, I just hit you with like the nastiest fucking burp ever, and like I was thinking, I'll leave that in as a joke, and then I listened to it back on the recording, it's just like, I can't put this in. If it was like 20 minutes into the podcast, then maybe. But
that's
this can't be the
canceled.
First thing. That's not how you get cancelled, but it is how you lose every fucking listener.
For your nasty burp.
Yeah.
Nasty burp got you cancelled.
It would lose significantly more viewers than us simply being racist or whatever.
I do, however, want to see the apology video for doing a really nasty burp on on your podcast.
Hey guys,
look, I'm very ashamed. I don't know what came over me.
I was in a really bad place then. I was in a dark place a week ago when I
ate a little too quick, a little too hard, and it won out in the end, and I really can't.
I was a little gassy that day, and I shouldn't have brought that to the podcast. That wasn't appropriate, and I know it was wrong then. It's wrong now.
I've been really learning about my relationship with the Cadbury cream cake. It has been incredibly toxic for me. And since ending my relationship with the Cadbury cream cake, I've been able to really reflect on myself and the actions that I made, and I just want to apologize to anyone I've hurt with my little nasty burp. Andrew,
hey guys,
you
Loafers
wouldn't
here.
Abandon our...
Hey guys, Loafers here. I just want to apologize for the little nasty burp that I did on the podcast last week, because I know that you've probably heard about this on Screen Rant, etc. And I always want to be honest with my fans. It was wrong then, it's wrong now, and it will not happen again. I'm also sorry that I said the N-word on stream. That's all, bye.
Like, I really like the realisticness of you giving so much time to the nasty little burp and then being like, yeah, this real racist thing I did, sorry about it. Yeah, bye guys.
We'll be getting the 12th Doctor fan audios cancelled by association.
Oh my god, no. It'll be like, oh my god, Kevin's gonna have to be like, go onto the Twitter and be, again, I keep saying this, but be like,
yeah.
Hello everyone. Due to the conduct of some former members of the crew, we've had to rebrand as the 12th Doctor Fanfiction Audio Adventures.
Jesus.
It's all because of your nasty
Yeah,
little
go on.
burp.
You wanted to ask me a question, you said.
Oh, yes, Andrew, would you abandon us as a listener if Loafers did a nasty little burp, but that was like a nasty little burp, very bad?
I like to think I could I like to think I could stick by the podcast in spite of a nasty little burp. I'm a forgiving person, you know. I'm of the mind that reconciliation and redemption are things we should build into a culture of accountability. You know.
oh wow.
Just the phrasing of nasty little burp keeps getting me every time.
Also, I do think we should
I'd
do
say
two
that we should
versions
call
of
the
this
episode that. We should not call the episode that if we want anyone to listen.
Listen, we're not that offensive. I'm
No,
pure.
Sure, right. Like, after your fucking extended 5-minute coming out as fat joke that I had to, like, cut out half of.
Listen.
That made me
There's nothing
laugh.
wrong with that. I am fat. What do you want me to say? And
Okay, but I had to put in a little fucking content warning, and that's not a good vibe for the start of a comedy podcast.
Listen. I did have to come out as fat to my doctor the other week. And I had to be like, here's my weight, doc. And he was like, wow, really? And I was like, Jesus, dude.
I hear so many stories from people having to, like, deal with their doctors being like that when they tell them their weight, and it's like, you're a fucking medical professional, you know? It's...
Yeah, like, I feel like you have to have heard worse.
Anyway, on that note, if you get my Patreon to 100 patrons, then Sam will reveal their BMI.
No, thank you. Cut that Patreon, the fries. I'll reveal, my darkest secret. That's what and it is my BMI, so you get the same experience.
Oh, fuck. Oh, dear.
Can we read a book again?
Yeah, let's read a book. Let's
Yeah,
read a book.
yeah,
Let's read a story.
We'd met with the fucking... a few minutes into our first conversation, I knew was the real deal. An elite hunter with serious mental kung fu. Right, okay.
Is that actually in the book?
That's a line. That is a line. That is a line in the book. That was a line that was written in a story.
With some serious mental kung fu. That's what you call it when BBC Sherlock is sliding the words around with hand motions.
Wait, can I just say something real quickly? I promise we'll get to the book. I'm so sorry. But I just want to say the other day, Sam was doing mental math and kept looking up at, like, the ceiling while doing it. And I'm like, what you got going on over there, BBC Sherlock? The numbers running around your head?
Oh, fuck.
Okay, that was
I like BBC Sherlock, but that scene is just... It's so much fun to make fun of.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is.
It's, yeah.
Oh, man.
Mind.
He had his 80s trivia down cold, which is the measure of mental kung fu. And not just the canon stuff, either. Jesus. He was a true Halliday scholar, and he's apparently seen the same qualities in me, because he's given me his contact card and invited me to... What the fuck have you said? Are you interested in visiting my mind palace? What does that involve?
Oh, you know. Enter my castle.
I want to give some context real quick here. Sam posted a photo of BBC Sherlock with the text that says, "Are you interested in visiting my mind palace?"
2012 Tumblr sure was the thing, wasn't it? It's...
Visit my mind palace and become like this image.
How the fuck am I supposed to describe this for the podcast?
There's like a little guy. There's a little guy, and he's got his really sad face, and he's holding his face with his feet, but also his hands. But his hands are super long, like the guy from Ready Player One's feet, but it's his hands. It's kind of like
It's his arms, not his hands.
His hands is his feet, and this is what I assume Mrs. Incredible does on the weekends.
Oh,
She's like really...
She do a lot more than this, though.
Going back to the Sherlock picture, there's just something about the way Benedict Cumberbatch is staring into the camera there that I can't get over, you know.
Visit my mind palace.
He's not being very sexy about it. It's just sort of matter of fact. It's just like, hello, here I am. Are you interested in visiting my mind palace? I asked you a fucking question.
I feel like this is a photo I would see on a sketchy website. Like those, like, are you, you know, are you, like, are you, I just can't stop. Y'all need to stop posting photos of BBC Sherlock. Stop posting BBC Sherlock.
Oh god, they cracked the fucking saturation so that he looks like he's like ill. Like, his lips are so red.
He looks like he's wearing the modern day makeup trends.
His eyes look so bloodshot. His tear ducts look like... Oh, God. It's like he's bleeding out of his eyes.
Should we read the book? Should we read the book?
Toilet roll, milk, tomato soup, bread, tea, wine, coffee, soap, apple, sausages.
Oh my god, it would just give, yeah. I mean,
Oh my god.
this could be a still from the actual show, couldn't it? It could be a still from the actual show.
Good.
It could be.
Yeah, I could see them doing a fun little bit where they're like, Sherlock, how do you go grocery shopping? And then he's in the grocery store, pushing a cart, all the things. He's planning out the perfect trip. He's adding all the prices up in his head. He's using coupons.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah,
a little comedy bit they put in like one of the season 3 episodes of Sherlock. You know, when they were, when they're doing Sherlock being domestic and making fun of that basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like they did one of my favorite things from that show, and like I complain enough about it, but one thing that I really, really loved from it is the bit where he gets like absolutely off his face drunk, and then they do like the text stuff, and it's like it's just like blurry, and he's looking at a chair, it's like sitting thing.
Well, that bit is
That's what my brain usually looks like.
He looks at the skull on his mantelpiece, and he's like dead skull, deaded.
Yes, so deaded is great, yeah. It's the sign of 3 is a genuinely joyous episode, and I will, fight anyone who says otherwise,
Your mind palace or mine? Oh.
I was just going to say that when you guys were describing that Sherlock being drunk and how he thought about everything, how that is legitimately how I think about things in my house. Just like, not like because I'm actually stupid or anything, just because, like, city thing.
Yeah. That's just your aesthetic and vibe.
That's just my little small bean energy.
Because you're stupid. Over the years, a friendly rivalry had gradually developed between us. We were constantly trying to out-geek each other with our knowledge of obscure country trivia, and occasionally we would mutually jack each other off. Sometimes we even conducted a research search together. And I wasted countless hours on 2-player classics like Contra, Golden Axe, Heavy Barrel, Smash TV, and Ikari Warriors.
Wario.
Just listing off shit. Give me a break.
Yeah, sorry to bring this to a grinding
Yes.
halt. I did just wonder if you cut all the bits with the lists, how much faster do you think we'd be able to get through this book?
I mean, if you go down to like
it would
20
be
pages.
75% of the text would be cut.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I didn't know anything about who was in the real world. Yo, Jessie, I'm getting converted to your fucking... The player 1 and are boyfriends.
Right?
Theory.
Dealer.
They spend all their time together and they play video games. And they...
Sounds pretty gay to me.
Who does that other than boyfriends? It's
it's unheard of.
That's why John Locke was definitely canon.
Yeah.
If 2 guys live together, that sounds pretty gay to me.
And they drank tea. Tea is code for gay. That was an actual thing, Jessie and Sam. I don't know if you know that at all.
Know. I was deep in that Sherlock.
I was not, because I was like 12.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, I understand the whole point is that they are, like, super obsessed with the 80s, and that's why these characters specifically are into this for the whole, like, hunter thing or whatever. But, like, if you are in, like, 2040 or whatever this takes place, why are you playing, like, Golden Hour and not BioShock? Like,
because Ernie doesn't think that new games are classic, I guess.
But those aren't
also,
new. Those are going to be our vintage games.
He wants it to be like his world, Jessie. Also, when did BioShock actually come out? Okay, 2007. So you could.
It's almost retro now. It's been out for 15 years, nearly.
It's a good game, though. Don't get me started on my Vigi games.
I've seen like the end of it where you have to fight a large man who has been burnt to a crisp.
Yeah, that's always fun. I like fighting
Yeah,
large
and
men.
like I read an interview with the guy who made it, and he was asked about that ending, and he was like, "Yeah, I know it sucks. Sorry, they just didn't have any better ideas, and they had to end it somehow."
That's another all out.
I do
What have you linked us
want
to?
to point out that we've got a fun image. Danielle Borncliffe and Daniel Radcliffe.
Classic. It's a classic. You know.
Bringing us the joys. Oh man.
Wow.
Okay, I'm in order to get this podcast moving a little bit and having you actually read the book, Loafers, I'm gonna go get a top of my coffee. And you guys just start reading the book, and I'll see where I join.
Wow, I wonder where are you going to sing, and also I wonder what's going to happen in Sam's zone in the background.
I don't know. I'm gonna be dead ass quiet. Don't you worry about me.
Jesse, you've never been quiet in your life.
That's more than I needed to know. I didn't know anything about who Ek was in the real world. He's told me more than once that I was his best friend, so he assumes that he was just as isolated and lonely as I was. I also assumes that he was a 35-year-old woman and an English teacher living in London.
Oh, gosh.
Jesse,
I don't know if we're going to leave that in. That might be...
Stop
that's way too
singing
specific.
It's a
Wild
deep cut. It's a
Boys.
deep cut. It's
It's a deep cut.
Jesse, stop
So what
singing
did
Wild
you do
Boys.
after you bailed last night? Oh wait, no, Sam, that's you.
Wait,
I'm
what?
sorry, I took your line.
Oh, I'm sorry, I've been...
From So What Did You Do?
My wife has been singing Wild Boys in the background.
boys who were
So-
wild.
Uh-huh.
They are so wild. Okay.
So what did you do after you bailed last night?
He asks, tossing me the other Intellivision controller. We hung out here in this chat room for a few hours the previous evening, watching old Japanese monster movie. You can call them kaiju, it's okay. Nada, I said. Went home and brushed up on a few classic coin-ops.
Unnecessary.
Yeah, but I was in the mood. I didn't ask him what he's done the night before, and he didn't volunteer any details. I knew he's probably gone to Gygax, or somewhere equally awesome, to speedrun through a few quests and rack up some XPs. It's just XP, dude. He just didn't want to rub it in. Could afford to spend a fair amount of time off-world
and he's
following
a
up
fake
leads
gamer
and
guy. He's
yeah,
XPs.
look,
and
live
his-
by the sword, die by the sword. That's all I'm saying. If you say some boomer shit and you get the terminology wrong in this book, like, I don't give a shit if John Green does it. Like, it's... Hunters who wanted to help joined the clan, and Ek and I both agreed that clans were for suckasses and poseurs.
Yeah, why is it spelled like that?
That's a thing. That's a word. We still occasionally had discussions about the egg, but... Sorry, I know the context. That's funny. After I beat Ek at 3 rounds of Tron Deadly Discs, okay, whatever, Ernie, he threw it on the ground in disgust and grabbed a magazine off the floor. It was an old issue of Starlog. I recognized Rutger Hauer on the cover in a Ladyhawk promotional photo. Starlog, eh? I said, nodding my approval.
Yep, downloaded every single issue from the Hatcheries archive. Still working my way through them. I was just reading this great piece on Ewoks, The Battle for Endor.
Can we watch that on like the bonuses at some stage?
Hell
Ewoks,
yeah.
The Battle for Endor.
I had that on, I think, VHS when I was growing up.
Oh my god. I think we're entering like real fucking rattling off Wikipedia article at this point. Made for TV, released in 1985, I recited. Star Wars trivia was one of my specialties because I was a fucking loser. Total garbage. A real low point in the history of the wars, as we call them.
No one has seen The Final Skywalker or whatever, I guess. Someone hasn't seen
The
that
finals. Yeah, that's what it's called.
one. Wait, what is it called again? It's not Last Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, okay, it's the opposite of that. This sucks because I like Star Wars.
Oh, yeah?
Wait, what's happening?
That's a bold.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a bold move. That's a bold move. Liking Star Wars. It's a brave and that's
Wow, for a woman?
Brave of you.
It's true. That's actually a good point. Yeah,
Loafers.
I stand put in my place. So that's actually a good point.
Loafers,
Yeah.
can you issue an apology for me for announcing that I like Star Wars? And how cringe that is. Can you do a warning about that?
Hey everyone, this is just a brief message to say that we'd like to apologize for Jessie saying that she likes Star Wars. We know that's cringe fucking bullshit. We know that everyone's sick to fucking death of hearing about Rian Johnson and J.J. Abrams. We know that Knives Out is a little bit overhyped. And we just want to say that if Jessie ever mentions Star Wars again, I will come to an undisclosed location in Canada and I will kill her. I have a special set of skills, etc. Also, sorry for saying the N-word on the stream. Best wishes, John Green.
John Green?
We're pinning it on him. That's the strategy. That's the social media strategy.
Can't get canceled this way.
Yeah.
If I say it's
This
Jonathan
is the mild thing,
Green...
but I'm still all in on the Knives Out hype. Is the thing.
I was gonna say,
so
like, what are you
so
talking about?
Yeah,
That
like,
sounds good.
look, I was just trying to riff.
Yeah,
fucking,
sorry.
like,
Very valid.
on Letterboxd, I fucking... No, it's okay, but, like, on Letterboxd, I got self-conscious and I knocked Knives Out from, like, a 5 stars down to a 4.5 stars, and then I realized I was lying and I put it back up to 5 stars.
Why did you do that?
I love that you're using your letterbox as like your receipt. It's like, no, don't you? I do enjoy Knives Out. Look at my letterbox.
Yeah! What else is it for?
Being a nerd.
Being a
Am I
nerd.
right? I love reading. Ready Player One.
Someone says you.
Say your line. From Says You Ass Face.
Says you ass face. It has some great moments. I'm Jessie and I love Star Wars.
No, I said, shaking my head. It doesn't. It's even worse than the first Ewok flick, Caravan of Courage. They should have called it Caravan of Suck. Ah! Because that's the one where I suck Bucky's dick. Inter-podcast reference.
Caravan of Suck sounds like the the fake name you'd trade in for a comment for a joke rather than the actual thing that was written in the book. It's
Yeah, literally. Fucking... rolled his eyes and went back to reading. He wasn't going to take the bait. I eyed the magazine's cover. Hey, can I have a look at that when you're done?
He grinned.
Why? So you could read the article on Lady Hawk?
Maybe.
Man, you just love that crap burger, don't you?
Blow me, yeah.
Gay alert!
that actually,
How many times have you seen that Sapfest? I know you've made me sit through it at least twice.
He was baiting me now. He knew Lady Hawk was one of my guilty pleasures, as I had seen it over 24 times. I was doing you a favor by making you watch it, noob, I said. I shoved a new cartridge into the Intellivision console and started up a single-player game of Astro Smash. You'll thank me one day. Wait and see. Lady Hawk is canon.
well, that makes it sound like Lady Hawk is a ship. Is the ship name, not the film name. But...
It really does, and it makes it seem like it's like a fan fiction situation here.
Lady Hawk is canon to Doctor Who. What the fuck is Lady Hawk?
What is Lady Hawk? Time to look things up.
Look it up, Sam!
I'm assuming it's the comic? No, wait, no. Lady Hawk album?
I think it's...
film. I
think
gotcha.
I'm insisting it. It's the ship name for Hawkeye and Lady Aesculapius.
Hell yeah.
Jesus.
From
There's
that piece
also-
of press. It's, you know,
Y'all,
this is a really deep
y'all-
cut, yeah.
y'all, like, literally the next sentence explains what canon means in terms of this book. If we just want to scroll down our eyes, like, by one word.
Yeah, I saw that.
I did, but I
Canon
wanted
was
to-
the term we used to classify any movie, book, game, song, or TV show of which Halliday was known to have been a fan.
Jesus.
but my comedy bit was more important than the explanation.
It was. Oh, it always
It's
is.
true.
That's actually could be the description of our podcast. The comedy bit is always more important than the actual explanation.
Yeah. What's Lady Hawk, Sam?
Oh, it's a movie starring Matthew Broderick and Michelle Pfeiffer and Rutger Hauer about a young thief who unwillingly gets involved with a warrior and his lady who are hunted by the Bishop of Aquila. As he comes to know about the couple's past and secret, he finds himself determined to help them overcome the bishop's oppressions, both in arms and in the form of a demonic curse.
Oh.
Wow.
I actually-
We have 6 pages
You want
left in
to
this.
do a bonus episode about Lady Hawk?
I think we have.
We'll
to.
consider it. I'm gonna start, speeding through this because I don't want to start doubling up on chapters, but that's okay because the book is frankly secondary to this podcast at this point. It's just a vehicle.
Surely you must be joking.
No, I am not joking. And don't call me Shirley. You just copies that joke.
Stealing jokes from better stories is a good way to make a joke in your...
Yeah,
book.
it's To Boldly Flee was full of that. They stole the fucking... that rug ties the room together joke 4 times into Boldly Flee. He lowers the magazine and leaned forward. There is no way Wait, no, this is you.
There is no way Halliday was a fan of Lady Hawk. I guarantee it.
Where's your proof, dipshit?
The man had taste. That's all the proof I need.
This is the worst dialogue I've ever read.
Then please explain to me why you owned Lady Hawk on both VHS and Laserdisc.
God.
This is every bad Reddit forum that's ever existed. On
Really awful.
Yeah, just
It's
transposed
just a
into novel
shitty
form.
comment section.
Yeah, transcribed into novel form.
The guy was a billionaire. He owned millions of movies, most of which he probably never even watched. He had DVDs of Howard the Duck and Kroll, too. That doesn't mean he liked them, asshat, and it sure as hell doesn't make them canon.
It's not really up for debate, Homer. Lady Hawk is an 80s classic.
Be like. Sorry. Sorry, that was a bad one.
What'd you say, honey?
What?
After Loafers said, it's not really up for debate, Homer, I said, Marge be like.
That's terrible. That fucking sucks.
I know, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sam, can you do the Homer
It's
voice?
probably the best
Can
joke
you
we've
do
made
a
on
Homer
this
voice?
podcast.
I don't think I can do Homer. I do a really bad Marge Simpson.
Homer, it's not really up for debate.
Because I never watched The Simpsons, so I have no idea what Marge sounds
You should watch
like,
The
or
Simpsons.
Homer.
Oh, well, okay. We could pop on some episodes of The Simpsons onto
I've
the
been
fucking list for sure.
trying. No, I've been trying to. I'm like, let's watch season 3 together, because I left The Simpsons growing up, and Sam says, literally, that's the only thing Sam will not watch.
It's one of the
That
few
is-
things I won't watch because for some reason I have a mental block about Homer and Marge Simpson in my brain.
Really? Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah. The other thing
Also,
is that I will not watch is BoJack Horseman and God, what is the other one you try to get me to watch, honey?
It was. I can't remember. I know BoJack was a really big one for you. You will not watch The Sad Horse, though, as much as I try. Is it Family Guy? Or South Park?
I know you tried to get me to watch South Park and Family Guy because you're fucking weird.
I don't actually like them. I just like fucking you.
It's fucking lame is what it is. The swords look like they were made out of tinfoil, and that soundtrack is epically lame, full of synthesizers and shit, by the motherfucking Alan Parsons Project. Lame-orama. Beyond lame. Highlander 2 lame.
What the fuck are they even talking
Synthesizers
about
in
at
a
this point?
soundtrack. Fucking, I wouldn't know anyone who would do. Hey! I feigned hurling my Intellivision controller at him. Now you're just being insulting. Ladyhawke's cast alone makes the film canon. Roy Batty, Ferris Bueller, as the dude who played Professor Falcon in War Games. I searched my memory for the actor's name. John Wood, reunited with Matthew Broad. Why did I even make you look this up? Did they just, put in all the
Sorry,
information?
can I just...
Of course.
I scanned my memory for the actor's name, so he did actually go in... Yeah, Wade's actually gone into his mind palace for that bit.
Jesus, what does Wade's mind palace look like?
Like an
horrifying.
absolutely gnarly 80s resource center.
Yeah, and it's just a fucking reams of Wikipedia articles about 80s bullshit, and none of it is good.
And it stinks.
That sounds like my mountain palace.
That's true. But it's just Sam's mind palace. You're like a Wikipedia.
A real low point in both their careers.
He said, laughing. He loved arguing about old movies, even more than I did. The other cunters in the chat room were now starting to form a small crowd around us to listen in, because we were so fucking interesting. Whatever. Our arguments were often high in entertainment value. Fucking false. Nostalgia critic bullshit.
I am not.
Fuck you. At least Nostalgia critic tries to have jokes. You must be stoned, I shouted. This is a bucket of ass. Ladyhawke was directed by Richard fucking Donner. The Goonies, Superman the movie. You're saying that guy sucks?
I don't care if Spielberg directed it. It's a chick flick disguised as a sword and sorcery picture. The only genre film with less balls is probably frickin' Legend. Anyone who actually enjoys Ladyhawke is a bona fide USDA choice pussy.
I almost want to go back to Nerd Porn or Terror at this point. That genuinely does feel more woke than this.
Jesus Christ. I get the impression that, we're supposed to agree with Wade. That Wade is the author insert here.
Yeah,
Laughter from the Peanut Gallery. X definitely being a misogynist, though. Damn. I was actually getting a little pissed off now. I was a big fan of Legends, too, and Ek knew it. Oh, so I'm a pussy? Then why don't you come and fuck me, big boy? You're the one with the Ewok fetish.
I want to say this is exactly how Sam and I's marital disputes go.
I do not call you a USDA choice pussy.
I do call you I say you're the one with the Ewok fetish, though. That does come up quite a bit in our
just never
arguments.
I'm just suddenly going back to the fact that these characters, earlier in the chapter, these characters said they're both close friends, and that's
I snatched the Starlog out of his hands and threw it against the Revenge of the Jedi poster on the wall. I suppose you think your extensive knowledge of Ewok culture is going to help you find the egg?
Oh, fuck. Don't start on Andorians again, man.
He said.
I've warned you. I will ban your ass. I swear.
I knew this was a hollow threat, so I was about to push the Ewok thing even further. Maybe give him some crap for referring to them as Andorians. Fair. But just then, a new arrival materialized on the staircase. A total lamer by the name of I-Rock. I let out a groan. I-Rock and Ek attended this same school and had a few classes together, but I still couldn't figure out why Ek has granted him access to the basement. I-Rock fancied himself an elite cunter, but he was nothing but an obnoxious poseur. Sure, he did a lot of teleporting around the oasis, completing quests and leveling up his avatar, but he didn't actually know anything. He didn't know fucking 80s pop culture trivia. He was too busy being good at the game and achieving things in his life. Okay, who wants to be I-Rock? Andrew, you should be IROC.
Oh, yeah. I need to summon up a character voice, don't I?
Oh, you should do your, like, posh bastard voice.
Are you cocks arguing about Star Wars again?
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah, fuck
that's
yeah.
it, that's the voice. That's the voice.
He said, descending the steps and walking over to join the crowd around us.
Ooh, this is really creating an image.
That shit is so played out, yo.
I turned to Ek. If you want to ban someone, why don't you start with this clown? I hit reset on the Intellivision and started another game.
Shut your hole, Penisville.
IROC replied, using his favorite mispronunciation of my avatar's name.
He doesn't ban me because he knows I'm elite. Ain't that right, F?
No,
Yes.
that ain't right. You're about as elite as my great-grandmother, and she's dead.
The fuck?
Screw you, Ick. And your dead grandma.
Gee, IROC, I muttered. You always manage to elevate the intelligence level of the conversation. The whole room just lights up the moment you arrive.
I'm so sorry for your feelings, Captain No Credits. Hey, shouldn't you be on Incipio panhandling for change right now?
Wow. Classes, we picked the right voice. He reached for the second Intellivision controller, but I snatched it up and tossed it to Ek. He scowled at me.
Prick.
Poser.
Poser? Penisville is calling me a poser?
He turns to address the small crowd.
This chump is so broke that he has to bum rides to Greyhawk just so he can kill kobolds for copper pieces, and he's calling me a poser.
This elicited a few snickers from the crowd, and I felt my face turn red under my geyser. Once, about a year ago, I made the mistake of hitching a ride off-world with IROC to try to gain a few experience points. After dropping me in a low-level quest area on Greyhawk, the jerk had followed me. I'd spent the next few hours slaying a small band of kobolds, waiting for them to respawn, and then slaying them again, over and over. My avatar was still only first level at the time. God. And it was only...
I was saying, is that what purgatory is? Like, your whatever these things are.
Wait. We have to get to the next piece of dialogue because I just read ahead a little bit and I'm losing my mind.
My avatar was still only first level at the time, and it was one of the only safe ways for me to level up. IROC had taken several screenshots of my avatar that night and labeled them Penisville, the Mighty Kobold Slayer. Then he's posted them to the hatchery. He still brought it up every chance he got. He was never going to let me live it down. That's right, I called you a poser. I stood and got up in his grill. You're an ignorant know-nothing twink! Just because you're 14th level doesn't make you a cunter. You actually have to possess some knowledge.
Why did he call him a twink?
I had the right body type, frankly.
Heavens to Betsy.
I just want to go around yelling at people that...
You can send your CVs to the usual address if you're interested, folks.
Word.
Ek said, nodding his agreement. We bumped fists epically. More snickering from the crowd, now directed at IROC. IROC glared at us a moment.
I feel like they're gonna start rapping. I feel like that is so in line with what this book is happening. I feel like they're gonna come up with little raps.
My name is Wade, and I'm here to say I play video games in an epic way.
God.
Oh no. Oh gosh, so shall I read my
Wait,
line?
they start doing Starbomb shit.
Okay, let's see who the real poser is.
He said.
Check this out, girls.
Grinning, he pulled his dick out. No, he didn't. He produced an item from his inventory and held it up. Look, it's a metaphor. It was an old Atari 2600 game, still in the box.
Now I want to be doing a Marek Ishtar voice, actually. Doing the creepy Marek Ishtar voice.
Go for it.
I summon Mega Ultra Chicken. Sorry, anyway. Go on.
Amazing.
Know what this is, Hotshot?
IROC said, challenging me.
Ooh.
I'll even give you a clue. It's an Atari game released as part of a contest. It contained several puzzles, and if you solved them, you could win a prize. Sound familiar?
This is killing me because you sound like the Lion King from the cartoon Robin Hood. So I just imagine it's like it's the little Lion King guy from the furry Robin Hood saying this. Take that as a reference, Ernest.
Thanks for joining us here, little Lion King guy from Robin Hood.
I can't remember his name. Oh, hello?
Hello?
Is Loafers talking right now?
Loafers? Yeah,
Loafers.
Oh no!
Oh.
Oh god! What do we do without Loafers? I feel
R.I.P.
I feel like we're a bunch of Sims who just had their door deleted. We're just rambling around.
Hello.
We're just swimming around in the pool helplessly.
Yeah,
Where are the stairs? I'm going to drown soon.
Oh my god.
Loafers, please.
I come back in and Andrew says you're going to drown soon. Clearly, I missed some context.
It's 'cause you
Anyway,
left
you're
and we were
holding
just
Sword
like-
Quest Earthworld. The first game in the Sword Quest series, released in 1982. I smiled wide, Cheshire Cat-like. Can you name the next 3 games in the series? His eyes narrowed. He was, of course, stumped. Jessie, what are the next 3 games in the series?
Fire World, Water World, and Air World. I can read. I won. Is that what you wanted for the bit?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's just skip there. Bingo bongo, I said, and we bumped fists again, epically. Although Airworld was never actually finished, because Atari fell on harsh times and cancelled the contest before it was completed. IROC quietly put the game box back in his inventory, sliding it back up his asshole.
You should join up with the Suxers, IROC.
Ick said, laughing.
They could really use someone with your vast stores of knowledge.
IROC flipped him the bird.
Oh, we get a
Okay,
homophobic
I'm
slur.
gonna-
We get a slur.
Yeah, I'm just gonna skate over the fleur here. I'm not flip over their fleur. I'm gonna skate over the homophobic slur here because
Thanks.
I'm not reading that on a podcast. If you two already knew about the Sword Quest content, how come I've never once heard you mention it?
Come on, IROC.
Ick said, shaking his head.
Sword
Like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sword Quest Earthworld was Atari's unofficial sequel to Adventure. Every gunter worth their salt knows about that contest. How much more obvious can you get?
IROC tried to save some face.
Okay, if you're such experts, who programmed all of the Sword Quest games?
Dan Hitchens and Todd Fry, I recited. Try asking me something difficult.
I got one for you.
Ick interjected.
What were the prizes Atari gave out to the winner of each contest?
I said. Good one. Well, let's see. The prize for the Earthworld contest was the Talisman of Penultimate Truth. What a dumb fucking name for a thing. Real fucking Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice vibes. It was solid gold and encrusted with diamonds. Very tasteful. The kid who won it melted it down to pay for college, as I recall.
Yeah, quit stalling. What about the other 2?
I'm not stalling. The Fireworld's prize was the Chalice of the Light, as the Waterworld's prize was supposed to be the Crown of Life, but it was never awarded due to the cancellation of the contest. Same goes for the Airworld prize, which was supposed to be a Philosopher's Stone, or Sorcerer's Stone as it's known in the United States. Good one. Yeah. High-fived myself. Ek grinned and gave me a double high-five, then added, if the contest... Wait, excuse...
Oh my god, you steal from me every time.
And if the contest hadn't been cancelled, the winners of the first 4 rounds would have competed for the grand prize, the Sword of Ultimate Sorcery.
I nodded. The prizes were all mentioned in the Sword Quest comic books that came with the games, comic books which happened to be visible in the treasure room in the final scene of Anorak's invitation, by the way. The crown...
Wait, honey.
I didn't
honey,
realize
why
I
are you
had
so
another
quiet?
line.
Yeah.
I didn't. I didn't mean to just burp and then stop.
It got so quiet.
The crowd burst into applause for my nasty little burp. Irock lowered his head in shame. Since I've been a cunter, it has been obvious to me that Halliday has drawn inspiration for his contest from the Sword Quest's contests. I had no idea if he's borrowed any of the puzzles from them too, but I'd studied the games and their solutions thoroughly, just to be safe.
Fine, you win, but you both obviously need to get a life.
Correct. And you, I said, obviously need to find a new hobby, because you clearly lack the intelligence and commitment to be a cunter.
No doubt.
Where's your big brain IQ? Yeah, I rock. It's severely lacking.
To be fair, you need a very high IQ to be a cunter.
To be a
because
gunter.
It requires watching Rick and Morty.
Try doing some research for a change, iRock. I mean, did you ever hear of Wikipedia? It's free, you douchebag.
Irock turned and walked over to the long boxes of comic books stacked on the other side of the room, as if he's lost interest in the discussion.
Whatever.
He said over his shoulder.
If I didn't spend so much time offline, getting laid... Yeah, not with this voice I've given you, you're not. I'd probably know just as much worthless shit as you two do.
Ek ignored him and turned back to me.
What were the names of the twins who appeared in the Sword Quest comic books?
Tara and Tar.
Damn, Z, you are the man.
Thanks, Ek.
Gay alert.
A message flashed on my display, informing me that the 3-minute warning bell had just rung in my classroom. I knew Ek and iRock were seeing the same warning, because our schools operated on the same schedule.
Time for another day of higher learning.
Ek said, standing up.
Drag.
iRock said.
See you losers later.
He gave me the finger, and his avatar disappeared as he logged out of the chat room. The other countries began to log out and vanish too, until only Ek and I remained. Seriously, Ek, I said, why do you let that moron hang out here?
Because he's fun to beat at video games, and his ignorance gives me hope.
How so?
Because if most of the other gunters out there are as clueless as iRock, and they are, Z, believe me, that means you and I really do have a shot at winning the contest.
I shrugged. I guess that's one way to look at it.
Wanna hang after school again tonight? Around 7 or so? I've got a few errands to run, but then I'm gonna tackle some of the stuff on my need-to-watch list. A spaced marathon, perhaps?
Oh, hell, yes, I said. Count me in. We logged out simultaneously, just as the final bell began to ring. Just as the final bell has begun to ring on this episode.
Ding, ding, ding,
thanks
ding,
for
ding,
watching,
ding.
everyone.
We made it through a whole last chapter. That's, you know...
We did.
That's a
We-
really big accomplishment
did.
for us. It only took an hour and a half.
Jessie, I want to call you out before you
Yes.
finish. You have not followed Twitter
Oh, fun.
username BigWang69.
And I'm not going to. If I wanted to lower myself for our podcast like that, I'd find a lot more ways of doing that than following Mr. Big Rang 69.
God.
I'm not begging for his attention.
He has not logged on since 2009, and more power to him. I wonder if it's Ernie. I wonder if Ernie just snipes that username. Anyway, speaking of Dennis, if that is indeed his real name, I just want to say that he has 4 followers last I checked. 2 of them are me and Sam, and one of the other ones is Foo Fighters.
Do you think it's the Foo
I
Fighters
assume someone
Twitter?
just calling themselves Foo Fighters, not the official.
No,
Foo
it's
Fighters
verified.
No,
account.
it's the official account. It's got the little check and everything. On that bombshell, I think we'll wrap up. Andrew, do you want to promote your stuff?
I'm Andrew. I'm at Scarves and Celery on Twitter. I write for and run the 12th Doctor fan audios, which Loafers kindly and brilliantly helps do the music for. The second episode is coming out in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully, is the plan. So yes, do keep an eye out for that. Where the just the 12th Doctor fan audios on YouTube or on Spotify or Anchor or any other podcasting platform you can think of.
Yeah. Jessie?
You can follow me at Jessie Norris on Twitter, but you don't have to.
Sam?
That's it.
You can follow me on @SkeleButch, which is skeleton, but take off the ton and put Butch at the end. But also, you do not have to. I am not creating content.
You can follow me on Twitter as Loafers Rights. You can support the podcast on Patreon at patreon.com/loafers, where you can get early access to these episodes, and also you can get access to bonus episodes. We most recently did one on To Boldly Flee, which is the 3rd Nostalgia Critic movie, and we did something of a deep dive into Nostalgia Critic lore. We also did an episode on the Mario movie, and we also did an episode where we talked about Heathers and also talked about a bunch of other shit. So those are all super good and fun, and if you liked this, then you should go check out that because it's very cheap. I think that's everything. GG everybody.
GG.
GG.
Remember Akira? That's from Japan. Remember Galaga and Mrs. Pac-Man? Remember Highlander and Highlander 2? Remember Star Trek? We certainly do. Reading Player One.
Hey guys, this is just a little announcement to say that I have been biphobic to Mara Wilson. I called her a used condom and said she do be cuffing them jeans. And I would just like to say that is in my past. Best wishes, John Green.
Why is this coming out now?
Why is this coming
First
out now? That's the question.
Loafers. Loafers. I think it's really important for you to remember that we've all been biphobic towards Mara.
I don't think that's true.
It's true. It's the universal human experience.